Okay, welcome back to Luxitam. Today, real quick, briefly, I want to discuss the version 2 of the Excel sheet that I'm creating, where I add the tax issues for trackability. And I came across an efficiency I want to put into the sheet that goes beyond that, so I'm going to take a couple more days getting that out. That's first and foremost. The current state of crypto right now is pretty hyped, with Bitcoin going explosive over 60,000, Ethereum over 2,300. These are numbers and targets that people have been waiting for a couple months now. And so there's a lot of hype around that, and there's a lot of mainstream push coming with crypto. You got the Coinbase IPO coming out, which is an exchange for cryptocurrencies. It's going to become on the stock exchange. I believe that listing happened today. I've been so busy I haven't paid attention. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it did. Couple things that I've been thinking about taking this opportunity to kick off a series today. I want to do a PowerPoint presentation. Just basically, I call it the Crypto Investing Pathway Options, and we'll take a look at that here in a second. In the meantime, it's a nice way to kick off something that I really want to do for this space, meaning the onboarding of people into the crypto world that are new to it, that are hearing about all this hype, and it's been pounding in their heads more and more and more. It's like a leveling up. It just keeps ramping up and up and up and up and up. And so in the ethos out there in the world, we're hearing a lot more about cryptocurrency than we ever did before, although people don't realize this stuff that are coming into this stuff's been around since 2009 when Satoshi Nakamoto developed the peer-to-peer Bitcoin solution to currency movement. That's a whole story for when we get into that series. I'll be going over the history to bring it up to date. But basically, since 2009, you're talking a long time that it's been going on. And for those of us that have been paying attention to it, a lot of what's going on today is just a natural maturation of what the system should be doing. For people that are coming into this space and are new to it in 2021, there's a lot of terminology, a lot of language. The crypto space is a very inclusive. It's an insular. I don't even know if that's the right word. It's kind of like a very tribal mentality. It's like, you use the word hodl instead of holding your coins because of a typo from a blog post or an article long ago. It's just kind of an inside joke. FOMO, fear of missing out, terms like that you have to just start letting it get into your head that that's the way these guys are going to talk, including me. I just want to kind of bring people up to speed on the basics and the terminology and what is a DEX, what is DeFi, what is an NFT, what are the exchanges, what are their names, what are the best ones, which ones are centralized, which ones are decentralized, what does that mean in the crypto space. I want to give a lot of background on the terminology that if you're coming into this space, invariably you're going to hear all of this terminology. You're going to come across all of this information. And I know that when I came into it, the way I learned it was I had to learn it. So I want to kind of give everyone kind of like a crash course on it so that you're up to speed in kind of a very rhythmic series videos that I'll put on a playlist specifically for this, so that it's basically a reference point for anyone to ever come back to the channel. And it's just a tool for people to use to go, let me brush up on what all this stuff is so I get the base of knowledge under my feet. And then I can move forward and start spending my time actually paying attention to what matters, which is investing your hard-earned money into something that's not as understood as the traditional fiat world. So there's a lot of barriers to entry for people right there because of you're unfamiliar with the whole situation. So I want to try to solve that problem by alleviating some of that tension, and that's where I want to start today. The sheet that I want to go over today is something I slapped together last night, and it just kind of shows the basic movement. And this is kind of, like I said, this is going to be like the precursor to the series that I'm going to come out with that explains all of this stuff in much more depth. So each section, if you will get its own video so it's explained thoroughly. But this will be a nice reference point for everybody to jump off into. In the meantime, between time, if you haven't already, and you want to check me out over at Twitter, you can do so. If you want to check me out over at YouTube, you can do that as well. If you want to go over to Instagram, you can do that. And if you want to go to Facebook, you can also, you can do that too. So, and Facebook, I just kind of put links there and whatnot and stuff like that. So, all right, so let's get over to this over here. So here's where we're going to start. So the beginning of this would be right here, crypto investing pathway options. What am I talking about here? So here's this is all going to be a very assumptive kind of, generalization of how the flow works. You start with your bank account and you're losing cash from your bank account. You're minusing cash out of your bank account. You're depositing your cash into, let's just be real simple and stay with a centralized Coinbase. Perfect example. Everyone knows that name in America pretty much, or across the world. It's the largest exchange in America so far. So you take your money from your Bank of America account and you withdraw it from there and directly deposit it into your exchange, which would be Coinbase. And so now you have plus cash in your exchange. Now you're sitting there with a cash balance in your Coinbase exchange. At the exchange level, now you're going to go to the list of coins that they offer to sell you. Let me take that back. In the list of coins that they host and allow you to invest into and get through their exchange mechanism, kind of like a broker in the stock market using your E-Trade account, etc. Same thing. So now you're going to take cash out of the exchange and you're going to convert it into crypto. So now you have a positive amount of cryptos in your in your exchange account. Not a wallet yet. So now your choices are, once you've done the 1-step, 2-step, 3-step, 4-step, you brought money from your bank, you put it in the exchange, you took money out of the exchange and traded it for crypto. Now you're sitting here in your Coinbase account with some crypto. Let's say you bought 1,000 XRP. No problem. Chainlink, Bitcoin, Ethereum, doesn't matter. So now you have this balance of tokens. What are you going to do with them? And here's where the choices come into play. And we start right here with number one. The very first thing that you can do is you can hold them right there on the exchange as if the exchange is your bank account for your tokens. This is where some exchanges offer the ability for you to hold your coins with them, keep them there, and stake them, which means you lock them up for a day, a week, a month, a year, and in return you earn more of that said token at a certain percentage rate, 3%, 4%, 5%, 10% APY. For storing them with them and letting them sit there, and they'll give you a little reward and you can stake them there. You can just simply store them there if you don't want to stake them. Just let them sit there like an account balance. After about 10, I have it here where I say at about $10,000 USD value of your currency, as the price goes up and the value of your currency. If you have multiple tokens on an exchange, if you have one token on an exchange, when your balance in USD cash is 10,000 or more on the exchange, at that point it's almost like an unwritten rule. You might want to take it off the exchange and put it in private wallets that you control. And there's a reason for that, which will definitely be going into that as like I said, break down these videos per situation in more depth. There's a reason for that. It's a medium safe situation, meaning these are not FDIC type bank insured situations. Things can happen. Things have happened in the history with exchanges being, breached and people have lost their stuff, but most of them have recouped the exchanges have been really good on giving you back your value. If you don't have the keys to your crypto in your own private wallet at home, wherever, in a safe, whatever, then they're not your keys. They're not your crypto. Meaning Coinbase, Binance, Kraken, Gemini, all these exchanges that you're saying, okay, I'll just hold I bought them here. I'm just going to let them sit there in my account. I don't want the trouble of having to custody my own crypto. That means that they own those keys for you. So just remember that. So, and again, I'll be going more in depth on this later in other videos. The second one here is now you're talking about, let's say it hit a threshold you don't like, or you just want to have control of your cryptos. And this right here is where you're going to be sending the cryptos that you bought up here. You bought them, you have them on the exchange. Now you want to send them to a cold wallet. Cold wallet means not attached to the internet, meaning it's offline. The storage of the data, your keys, the code, the tokens that you've paid for, they're now in a cold storage wallet. And a wallet is nothing more of, just think of a zip drive, like a USB stick. But specifically, these ones are now specifically made for cryptocurrency, like Trezor and oh my God, the Ledger Nano X, the EliPal. There's a few others out there that are coming on that are pretty cool. I personally use Trezors. There's also a desktop app called Exodus, which is fantastic. Check that out. It's a cold wallet on your desktop, and its interface is incredible. So I would say it's a lukewarm wallet. It's not quite sitting in a drawer because it's still software on your computer, and your computer invariably is connected to the internet, even though the desktop app is offline until you connect it by logging into it on your desktop. So it's like a half and half, but definitely the safest is on a physical device that disengages from the internet and any electronics completely, and you can literally throw them in a drawer, in a safe, whatever you want. That's the highest level of security. Those are your keys. That is your crypto. Even though it's your crypto over at Coinbase, they're the ones in possession of the keys. So remember, you're trusting them to take care of your keys, which is your crypto. So that's the next level. So these are the options of what you can do. Again, once you've got your crypto, what are your choices? Well, I can hold it here. I can send it to one of my wallets offline. Okay, well, then there's another way you can do it. You can send it to a browser wallet, and I have an example here of MetaMask, which is it's like a Chrome extension that you would get, and so you can click it, and then when you're on your Chrome session and you're on the internet and you click the extension and you log into MetaMask, now MetaMask is live in your browser. It is a wallet, it is yours, and I'm going to go into depth on all of these things. And depth meaning I'm going to be pointing out to a lot of guys that have good videos about how to set these things up, and I'm going to more talk about the use case. So you would have your crypto in, let's say, Coinbase, and you want to send it to this browser wallet like MetaMask. Now your crypto is being held by MetaMask account that you've set up before you did this. Now your money, your crypto, your tokens, it is accessible to places like Uniswap, which is a decentralized exchange, not a centralized exchange, where you go to a Uniswap exchange and all it requires is no logging into it, no account with it. It doesn't care who you are. It doesn't matter. It's just literally an interface of take your tokens from your MetaMask here, send them to, we see them. We're linking it to it. Boom, you link it. Okay, I see that you have this in there. What do you want to do with it? You want to swap it for this token here and bring it up and put it up in your MetaMask and store it there and do what you want. That's another option you have once you have custody of tokens. It's another pathway of your crypto that you could possibly use it for. Again, going to be going into that a lot more. Another option is to send it over to a place like BlockFi. BlockFi, in effect, is where, in short terms, it's basically you take your crypto from Coinbase, you bought it. You send it over to a place like BlockFi. BlockFi is an account that you would have at BlockFi that basically says, send your tokens over here and just sit them and park them here for interest gaining purposes for you. Like if you bought USDC, which is a stable coin like Tether, and you want to stake it over at BlockFi, and you're going to get about 8.9, 9.9, 10%, APY on your balance of USDC that you brought to BlockFi from Coinbase. And you're like, if I sit here at my cold wallet, it does nothing. If I send it to BlockFi, I get 10% on my investment. It just keeps churning month after month after month. Well, why not? So BlockFi is a longer term investment kind of strategy that people employ that, look, I'm not going to move this crypto, whatever crypto it is that BlockFi offers you to do this with. I'm going to sit on it for a few months, 3 months, 8 months, a year. I know that ahead of time. I'm going to send it over here and just earn some interest on my holdings. So you can do that with your crypto. Buy it at Coinbase, ship it straight over to BlockFi, park it, boom, you're earning interest on your money, your coins, and we'll go over. BlockFi is going to have to be its own separate thing because it's got its own system and how, what are the terms and how long do you have to lock things up and all that kind of stuff. But that's just another pathway option for you to buy your crypto, go stake it somewhere, earn interest. Another option is that you can send it to a different exchange, and I put in the notes here, go coin hunting. Now this is what I mean by this is, and I'll just read this off real quick. you don't use this exchange, meaning the exchange that you're sending your crypto from Coinbase to this other exchange like a Qcoin, Kraken, Gemini, Binance US. You don't use those exchanges for onboarding your cash, but it offers you good coins to buy that the onboard exchange doesn't offer. So let's say you use Coinbase because you're really happy with the way that your money from your bank account gets into Coinbase nice and easy. It's fast, it's safe, if you will. So you're happy with onboarding your cash from fiat world to crypto world with Coinbase. But then you go to Coinbase's market and they go, there's a few coins here that I want that they don't offer at Coinbase, because not every exchange offers the same coins. A lot of them cross over. They all offer Bitcoin, Ethereum, blah, blah, blah. But there's some exchanges that have like lesser known coins that you may be interested in, where Coinbase is like, no, we don't offer that one. So you want to take your investment that you brought from your bank to Coinbase, your cash. What you would do in that particular case is you would probably immediately buy with your cash from your bank to Coinbase, your onboarding exchange, and you know the purpose of this current investment of $1,000, let's say, is going to go get an obscure coin. You're going to buy whatever coin you can at Coinbase that this other exchange accepts. And let's say it's Tether, which is a stable coin, or USDC, which is another stable coin. Let's say Ethereum is a pair that this other exchange will allow you to trade with. So this Qcoin exchange says, we'll let you buy Reef, which is a Polkadot system coin. And you need to have either, and this Qcoin will sell you, the way you buy Reef from us is you use USDC, Tether, or Ethereum. Let's say that's the case. You can't use cash, you can't use Bitcoin or whatever to exchange here at Qcoin for Reef. We tell you that you have to have one of these three coins to do the exchange so you can get your hands on some Reef out of our liquidity pool. So you find out what that is, and let's say Coinbase offers it. You just have to get whatever they're saying you need to have over there. So that's a pathway that you can use your onboarding of your cash to an exchange that you trust. And one of your pathway options would be to just buy a stable coin at that onboarded Coinbase account and then transfer it to the other exchange where you're now going to go acquire the coin that you really want out of this $1,000 investment, let's say. That's another pathway for you. Again, aside from just showing you a PowerPoint presentation and talking about it, I am definitely going to be doing some examples and some clicks and shows and stuff like that of how it all actually works so you can follow along on screen. But for today's purposes, again, just getting this pathway started in your head, it's a good start just to see how many different options you do have. The last one here I have is send it to a leverage trading account, onboard tradable coins, deposit coins of choice for leverage trading sessions. Okay, so this would be like a Bybit, a Femex, a Bing Bon, a Kraken, I believe, is. So this is always a tricky subject when you talk about leverage trading. We're talking margin trading. We're talking, let's say you go to Bybit and you deposit $1,000 worth of a stable coin or Bitcoin or Ethereum, whatever it is you want to go there and trade with. You go to these leverage accounts that you have. Let's say you have it set up. That would be another pathway for you to use this for. So if you were into that margin trading, leverage trading, which is a whole different subject in and of itself, that is another option for you to get to that point where you do that. So basically what I've covered here is just the very simple basics of ABC 1, 2, 3. You got a bank account, you got $1,000 in there. You deposit that into your onboarding exchange that you're comfortable with. Let's say a Coinbase if you're in America. And now you have 1,000 USD in Coinbase. Okay, no problem. Now what are you going to do? One of those six. You're going to hold it on the exchange. You're going to send it to your cold wallet. You're going to send it to a browser wallet so you can go play with DeFi. You're going to send it to BlockFi so you can go stake your tokens. You're going to send it to a different exchange to go coin hunting. You're going to send it to a leverage trading account because you want to go get risky and have a good time. Hey, whatever the case is, I just want to show that once you take your money from fiat to crypto world, there's options for you then to move around with your investment. And because it's not so linear in crypto. Kind of like, let's just use the example real quick of E-Trade. You take your E-Trade account, your Bank of America account, you deposit your money into E-Trade, you go to NASDAQ, Dow Jones, CME futures, whatever it is you do, you just go ham and go do what you do. You trade and buy and sell and blah, 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 all contained in their system. You're not moving things around, but within their system. Crypto, it's not linear like that. It's very dynamic. So there's a lot of moving parts. It's very daunting. I wanted to show it's daunting at first. Once you get the snappy kind of feeling about how it all works together, it then becomes understandable. So what I want to try to do is, aside from working on the Excel sheet that I'm still putting together and getting it out as soon as I can, because I found a good efficiency, I want to play with that, is I wanted to start off with just showing a little bit of how I want to kind of, peel off and go on 2 tracks here. Provide solutions with free tools for people to use to be able to get into this game, and also some really good information to give people a head start. And the reason why is because I've had years to study all this stuff and get it in my head when things weren't as crazy as they are right now. And now that crypto is becoming mainstream, I want to give head starts to people so that they're not lagging behind and missing the boat on the opportunity, quite frankly, of a lifetime in our generation on down. So, I mean, it's definitely a lot of information, and I want to break it down as easily as I possibly can. If, as I'm talking, and I'm new to this whole video thing, and there's going to be situations where I'm going to start talking in effect over my own head. I get ahead of myself on things. If I'm going too fast or too slow, or my cadence isn't right for you to ingest this information correctly, please leave comments below at YouTube, my YouTube channel here, under this video or any video that you watch. Please leave comments and let me know where I could do better to try to... My goal is not to be impressed with myself. My goal is to be able to communicate this information as fast as I can, as succinctly as I can, to as many people as I can before the opportunity levels out. Meaning, crypto is like a rocket ship going up, and it has no slowing down right now. There's dips and valleys and highs and lows, and there's all kinds of stuff going on, but as far as the writ large accumulation of people coming into this space, it is massive right now, and it's being adopted at a small percentage level by major forces of financial systems that haven't even started yet, and it's already exploded. For instance, a good stat to know is the overall cryptocurrency market capitalization was $300 billion, I believe, in November, and today it's over, I believe, we're on the road to $2 trillion. In half a year. I mean, these are enormous amounts of waves of cash that are coming in, from big institutions to small-time players to retail investors to whatever. So massive generational wealth is being created. A lot of money is moving around. There's going to be highs. There's going to be lows. There's a lot of tricks in this game that I want to get into in its own series of how to watch out for certain things. And this is what they're not telling you, meaning the guys that you may be watching out there that are like, pumping you to get in, but they're not telling you what they're really going to do with the situation. There's a lot of pump and dump and rug pulling and a lot of shit going on out here that's not necessarily copacetic to me, but I really don't care how they feel about it. I want to tell everybody exactly what's going on. So please leave comments below. I want my style to be presentable enough. I'm not going to satisfy everybody, but at least at a general level, I want to make sure that I'm getting the points across. Going from here, be looking out for the series about terminology, nomenclature, the system writ large. Also be looking for the update to the Excel sheet that I'll be doing here this week. And as far as that goes, pretty much that's it. Thank you for watching. Again, leave comments below. We'll run through the whole situation here. Again, you can find me here at Twitter. You can find me over at YouTube, obviously. You can find me at Instagram. And you can find me at Facebook. So with that being said, have a great day. Be looking for if you do subscribe to me on YouTube especially, make sure that you click the notification bell so that you get notified when my next video goes up, so that you can be current with what I'm putting out there, which I try to keep as current as I possibly can with the real world. So have a great day. See you in the next video.